Hi guys, today is day 44 of our 365 days project and today we are going to see about chronic diarrhea. Diarrhea is defined as the passage of loose watery stools at least 3 times a day. It is classified based on its duration into 3 types: acute, less than 2 weeks; subacute, persistent, 2 to 4 weeks; chronic, greater than 4 weeks. Chronic diarrhea is further classified into 4 types based upon its mechanisms: secretory, osmotic, fatty, and inflammatory. Secretory diarrhea. It is mainly due to electrolyte imbalance across the intestinal epithelium. Colonic resection after CA. Mucosal deficiency could be the cause. There is also another type called as idiopathic secretory diarrhea. Clinically, it can be distinguished by the patient history itself. The patient will say even when he is fasting, the diarrhea wouldn't stop. This type of diarrhea is mostly self-limited, but treatment should be done in order to replace the lost fluids so that the patient doesn't end up in hypovolemic shock. Next, osmotic diarrhea. It is kind of similar to secretory diarrhea, but here osmotically active solutes like Mg2 and SO4 drive water into the lumen. This is the reason why you shouldn't drink seawater if you are stranded and dehydrated in sea, because seawater contains lots of Mg2 solutes in them. So instead of quenching your thirst, it will push whatever remaining water you have in your cells into the lumen. The difference lies in the pH, sodium level, and food intake. The stool pH will be greater than 5.5 in secretory type and less than 5.5 in osmotic type. The stool sodium level is greater than 60 milliequivalents per liter in secretory and 60 milliequivalents per liter in osmotic type. Clinically, the main difference between both is that having food reduces diarrhea in osmotic diarrhea. So, fatty diarrhea. It is also called as steroidiarrhea and is further classified into 3 types based on the causes: intraluminal maldigestion, mucosal malabsorption, and postmucosal lymphatic obstruction. The patient will complain of bulky stools which are difficult to flush and are foul smelling. Inflammatory diarrhea. As the name suggests, there is inflammation in the intestinal walls. Patient presents with fever, abdominal cramps which reduces after food intake, and presents bloody diarrhea. Most common causes are Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Skin rash, joint pain, and also presents sometimes being extra-intestinal manifestations. Causes or etiology: irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, microscopic colitis, cholecystectomy, chronic infections like AIDS, and malabsorption syndrome like celiac disease. Chronic pancreatitis, lactose intolerance, and intestinal bacterial overgrowth may lead to chronic diarrhea. Irritable bowel syndrome is most associated with females and is related to stress. The lower abdominal pain is relieved after defecation. Its diagnosis is done by Manning and Rome criteria. Cholecystectomy. After the surgery, the bile duct is anastomosed with jejunum. This process called cholecystectomy. Because of it, there is increased amount of bile that reaches the colon. The bile irritates the epithelium and thus causes diarrhea. Chronic infections. Immunocompromised individuals like HIV patients are at high risk. Others include parasitic infection like Cryptosporidium entamoeba and Giardia, and bacterial overgrowth like E. coli, Shigella, Salmonella, and Clostridium difficile. Diagnosis: it includes complete blood count, electrolytes, stool culture, occult bed, fecal leukocyte count, and urine pH. Treatment includes treating underlying cause and palliation, IV fluid replacement, ORS, anti-secretory drugs like resveratrol, anti-motility drugs like loperamide, and antibiotics like metronidazole. Thank you.